All right, now it's time to talk about cholesterol synthesis. Cholesterol is made from acetyl-CoA. It requires a citrate shuttle. It's carried on LDLs. It's used in membranes. It's used in the synthesis of steroid hormones. It's used in bile formation, and it contributes to atherosclerosis. What will kill someone faster? High cholesterol or no cholesterol? No cholesterol. Because if we didn't have cholesterol, we wouldn't be able to keep our membrane stable, okay, and our cells would fall apart. We would not be able to synthesize steroid hormones, and we would not be able to respond to stress via cortisol or dehydration via aldosterone. Here's a picture of the cholesterol synthesis pathway. So let's talk about enzymes. The first enzyme we're going to talk about is going to be acetyl-CoA acetyltransferase. So we start off with 2 acetyl-CoA and get an acetyl-CoA and a CoA. No cofactors and nothing unique here. Then we have HMG-CoA synthase, which takes acetyl-CoA and acetyl-CoA and produces HMG-CoA and CoA. This enzyme is also used in ketogenesis in the catabolic state as the rate-limiting enzyme of that pathway. The first 2 steps of cholesterol synthesis are shared with ketogenesis because cholesterol and ketones are both made out of acetyl-CoA. The acetyl-CoA for cholesterol comes from the TCA cycle, while the acetyl-CoA for ketones comes from the breakdown of free fatty acids. HMG-CoA reductase. It takes HMG-CoA and produces mevalonate. And anytime we talk about rate-limiting enzymes, we got to talk about activators, we got to talk about inhibitors. The activators here, we have insulin, thyroid, and acetyl-CoA. 3 activators, insulin, thyroid, and acetyl-CoA. The 3 activators are
insulin, thyroid, acetyl-CoA.
So we have insulin, thyroid, and acetyl-CoA. Inhibitors, we have glucagon and cholesterol. Cholesterol and?
Glucagon.
Glucagon and? Cholesterol and? Glucagon and?
Cholesterol.
This is the first unique step in cholesterol synthesis and an important enzyme in medicine as it is blocked by statin drugs to prevent the formation of cholesterol and further deposition of cholesterol in arteries in atherosclerosis. Heart attacks are due to atherosclerosis, and heart attacks are a leading cause of death in America. So we can literally say that it is this enzyme that directly contributes more to death than any other enzyme in our body. So HMG-CoA reductase is the rate-limiting enzyme of cholesterol synthesis. It's a redox reaction. This enzyme is most active at 8 o'clock and is blocked by statins. So if HMG-CoA reductase is most active at 8 p.m., okay, this explains then why late night eating contributes to weight gain as most of the nutrients are now being converted to cholesterol. This is also the reason why we recommend to take statins shortly before 8 p.m. to get the maximum effect of the drug on this enzyme. My dad's cardiologist decided that that was not factually accurate, and I had to go and show him this, and he is no longer my dad's cardiologist. HMG-CoA reductase is the rate-limiting enzyme of cholesterol synthesis. This is an anabolic pathway that's controlled by insulin and inhibited by glucagon. Thyroid, remember, is a permissive hormone that is active in the resting state and will therefore turn on cholesterol synthesis. Acetyl-CoA is the substrate used to create cholesterol, so it will activate the pathway. Acetyl-CoA is a central molecule in the metabolism of all sugars, amino acids, and fats. This molecule explains that providing the body with too much of any macronutrient will eventually lead to the buildup of acetyl-CoA and the production of fatty acids and cholesterol. Okay? Remember, cholesterol is a product of the pathway and will therefore inhibit the pathway. We have to remember the rule of concentration gradient when we talk about this enzyme. So no matter if we have a a lot of cholesterol buildup to inhibit the enzyme, we can always override the inhibition by providing enough substrate and activating this pathway. Next enzyme, squalene synthase. This takes what HMG-CoA reductase gave us, which is mevalonate, and makes squalene. Okay? Then we have squalene monooxygenase, which takes squalene to squalene oxide using oxygen as a cofactor. Now we have lanosterol synthase, which takes that squalene oxide to lanosterol, and this is a redox reaction. Now, there are lots of intermediate steps, and the process of converting lanosterol to cholesterol is not very important in the world of medicine. So the important points of the pathway come with the other enzymes, especially HMG-CoA reductase, and the fact that it forms cholesterol as this end product. So the intermediate steps will take lanosterol and form cholesterol. You do not need to know the individual steps, and there are at least 15 steps involved here, so we're just going to skip and go to the summary of cholesterol synthesis. The substrate is acetyl-CoA. It produces cholesterol. It happens in the anabolic state, is located in the cytoplasm, and occurs in the liver and adipose tissue. Cofactor here, oxygen. There's no net change in energy. Pathway connection to ECA cycle, steroid synthesis, bile synthesis, membranes, vitamin D, metabolism. Deficiencies will lead to hyperlipidemia, and we talked about that. The rate-limiting step was HMG-CoA reductase. We said it's activated by insulin, thyroid, and acetyl-CoA, and inhibited by glucagon and cholesterol.